The villainess who cares only about magic circles enters a political marriage with the crown prince to read an ancient grimoire. Episode 11, Designing a Road to the Royal Palace. The morning after they returned from the Stardust Antiquarian bookshop, 3 sets of documents lay across Lysette's desk. The first, an interim report on the household utility magic circles. The second, an observation report on the irrigation circle at the first canal. The third, a copy of the old form spellcraft research book borrowed from Emil Galland. All of them were unfinished. None of them had been proven. And every one of them was fascinating.
Now then.
Lysette spread out a fresh sheet of parchment. She wrote a title: The Road to the Royal Palace, a Staged Contact Plan. After a moment's thought, she added a small note beside it. The Forbidden Archive is excluded for the time being. If she did not write that down, Marie would collapse. She would probably collapse anyway. Lysette moved her quill across the page. Objective 1. Determine the true nature of the unknown auxiliary line. Objective 2. Connect the findings to papers from the Royal Academy or the court magicians. Objective 3. Reconsider direct contact with Crown Prince Louis after the evidence has been prepared. The Crown Prince. The Royal Palace. The Forbidden Archive. Every one of those words was irresistible. But they were still too far away to reach for now. If a 5-year-old charged at the Crown Prince and demanded documents, she would normally be stopped. She would probably be stopped. Marie would cry.
Then I shall send the documents ahead of me.
If a person could not go, a report could go in her place. Lysette had learned that in her previous life. A specification could sometimes travel farther than the person who wrote it. Provided, of course, that its contents were written clearly enough to be understood. Lysette added more items to her plan. Possible recipients. 1. Father sends it to an old acquaintance at the Royal Academy. 2. Attach Emil Galland's seal of approval. 3. Include Roan's observation records. 4. Sending it directly to the palace remains on hold. She drew a heavy line beneath the final item. Send it directly to the palace. The words had a delicious ring to them. They also had a dangerous ring. Lysette did not dislike dangerous things. But danger needed to be sorted into different kinds. My lady. A quiet voice came from behind her. It was Marie. She carried the morning tea. Her eyes were fixed on the title written across the parchment. The Road to the Royal Palace. Marie's voice trembled.
Please be at ease. The Forbidden Archive is excluded for the time being.
I never thought the day would come when that sentence could reassure me. Marie looked down at the plan on the desk. Then she blinked once, very slowly. Direct contact with His Highness is to be reconsidered.
Yes, my evidence is still too weak.
My lady has learned how to wait.
I am not waiting, I am preparing.
Those are nearly the same thing.
They are not.
Lysette's expression was perfectly serious. Marie gently pressed a hand to her chest. She could not decide whether to be moved or to remain on guard. Then what are your plans for today?
I will organize the report.
Will you be going out?
No.
Will you touch any real magic circles?
No.
Will you charge at His Highness the Crown Prince?
No.
Marie drew a deep breath. Today is a wonderful day.
The day has only just begun.
It is a wonderful day. Her declaration was absolute. Later that morning, Lysette began editing the report. First, she removed unnecessary words. Disgusting. Deleted. The negligence of modern theory. Deleted. It is foolish to erase what we do not understand by calling it a defect. She nearly deleted that one, then hesitated. In the end, she changed the wording. Immediately removing an unexplained structure may cause an unforeseen loss of function. Much more refined. The meaning was exactly the same. Next, she organized the numbers. Lighting circle, mana consumption reduced by approximately 11%. Water systems, an estimated 9% improvement in the model. Irrigation circle, proposed safety revision may reduce consumption by 5 to 7%. Unknown auxiliary line. Similar structures appear in lighting, water, and irrigation circles. The figures were not spectacular, but they were honest. Lysette was satisfied with that. Inflated numbers would come back to strangle her later. She was rather fond of that lesson. Finally, she wrote down her hypotheses. Hypothesis 1, a displacement in spatial position. Hypothesis 2, remnants of an earlier design. Hypothesis 3, a magic circle on a separate layer from the current spell. Additional note, old form spellcraft includes the concept of overlapping mana pathways. At that point, Lysette stopped writing. Old form spellcraft. The unknown auxiliary line. Duplication. They were connected. Or at least she felt they were. But she still could not prove it. What could not be proven must not be stated as fact. It was deeply frustrating, but she would not state it as fact. That afternoon, carrying the completed summary, Lysette headed to her father Cyrus's office. She knocked on the door.
Father, may I have a moment of your time?
What have you brought me today?
His voice alone was already wary. Her father was learning.
A report.
Not a plan.
I also have a plan.
Of course you do.
Cyrus released a deep breath and allowed her to enter. He looked at the parchments on his desk and checked the first title. A preliminary report on the unknown auxiliary line and old form spellcraft. Beneath it lay a separate document. The road to the royal palace, a staged contact plan. Cyrus remained silent for a long moment.
I do not see the words Forbidden Archive.
It is excluded for the time being.
And direct negotiations with His Highness.
I will reconsider them after the evidence has been prepared.
Cyrus leaned back in his chair.
Lysette,
Yes,
did you strike your head yesterday?
I did not.
Then why have you suddenly become so cautious?
Lysette thought for a moment.
Emil said that when he does not know something, he admits that he does not know.
And that is your reason.
Yes, to deal with an unknown, we need a form that allows us to share it honestly as an unknown. Even if I met His Highness now, this report is too rough to explain properly. A specialist should read it first.
Cyrus fell silent. Her reasoning was sound. Frighteningly sound. But this time, he also felt a little relieved. His daughter was not planning a reckless charge. She had chosen the longer road. For a 5-year-old, that was more than enough progress.
Very well, I will send it to an old acquaintance at the academy.
Thank you very much.
But I will read every page before it is sent.
Then this will be an independent review.
It will be a father's review.
Is that a different category?
A very different category.
Cyrus picked up the report. He began to read. The first page. Still manageable. The second page. The technical language increased. The third page. The hypotheses about the unknown auxiliary line appeared. The fourth page. It carried Emil's seal of approval. The fifth page. Cyrus began searching for his stomach medicine. Marie silently offered him the familiar little bottle. No one asked when she had entered the room.
If this is sent to the academy, it will cause an uproar.
Will it truly cause an uproar?
It will.
Then people will read it.
You are remarkably positive.
A report that no one reads has no value.
Cyrus gave a wry smile.
You truly are designing a road to the royal palace.
Yes,
Lysette nodded.
I will send the documents ahead instead of going myself.
Several days later, Lysette celebrated her 6th birthday. From her father Cyrus, she received a rare illustrated guide to magical devices found in an antiquarian shop in the capital. From Marie, she received a custom reading stand designed to keep her neck from growing tired. From Roan, she received a safe manometer for low-output model spells. And from Emil, a copy of the old-form spellcraft research book arrived. A short letter was tucked along the edge.
There is no answer, but there is a question. Never erase the question.
Lysette stared at that sentence.
Those are excellent words.
Marie smiled beside her. I am not entirely certain it counts as a proper birthday present.
It is perfect.
Then I am very glad, my lady. Now 6 years old, Lysette returned to her desk that very same day. Only one thing had changed. Her research was no longer entirely solitary. Her father would read. Roan would measure. Marie would stop her. Emil would return her questions with new questions. And someday, this report would reach the Royal Academy. Beyond the Academy stood the Royal Palace and Crown Prince Louis, the Forbidden Archive, and the ancient grimoire. They were still far away, but a road could be drawn. Lysette opened a new notebook and wrote a short sentence on its first page.
The road to the royal palace begins with the documents.
The 6-year-old villainess had taken her first step toward the palace. Although she would send the report first, rather than going there herself. Episode 11, Designing a Road to the Royal Palace. The end.